Hey everybody, before the show starts, log on to musicmoneymakeover.com/shop to download all my books and free guides. And while you're there, click on the book a call tab to book a one-on-one Zoom call with me to get all your music business questions solved. Enjoy the show. Hey everybody, welcome back to the Music Money Makeover Show. My name is Casey Graham, and on this episode, yes, we're talking about the top ways you can make $10,000 as a new artist. Now, for those of y'all who want $10,000 right away, just a disclaimer, it's not a get-rich-quick type of video. This is the top ways you can make $10,000 and basically make some revenue the fastest as a new artist versus all the other ancillary income that you can possibly make as an artist, because there are tons of income streams for recording artists out there. But these are the top ways. So now, before we jump into that, if you want to donate to the channel, you can do so right over here. And as we're going to go into Copyright Explained, just like every video, if you want to skip it, you can do so right below. Let's jump into Copyright Explained. Copyright, the sole right which an author has in their own original literary compositions. The exclusive right of an author to print, publish, and vend their own literary works for their own benefit. Now, of course, there are two main rights of copy that the music industry operates and revolves around, and that's the masters and the publishing. And the masters is referred to as the sound recording copyright. Sound recordings as in records, masters, phonogram, or the audio recording file, i.e. the WAV, MP3, AIFF of the composition and or song. Now you can collect your master recording royalties or the proceeds due from the sale and streaming of the master recording via your distributor like TuneCore or DistroKid, and if you have a major label deal, then it's them, all right? Now you can also collect the performance royalties via the master sound recording via Sound Exchange and PPL over in the UK. Sound Exchange is based here in America. And if you are outside of America, any other organization that collects these sound recording performance royalties are referred to as neighboring rights. Now, publishing is referred to as a performing arts copyright here in America. Okay, performing arts as in the composition, sheet music, MIDI files, publishing, or song to be performed. You can collect the performance royalties for the composition via BMI, CSAC, ASCAP here in America, and PRS over in the UK, and other countries have their own performing rights organization as well to collect those royalties for you. All right, now you can collect the mechanical royalties due from the composition via Harry Fox, Music Reports, and the Mechanical Licensing Collective here in America. You can also collect your mechanical royalties over in the UK from MCPS. So now, Lyric Find right here. You can get your lyric display royalties from Lyric Find and Music Match, but that's that. Let's go through the 6 rights of copyright to be exercised to the fullest extent of the United States Code under Title 17, and that's the right to reproduce. The right to reproduce the copyrighted work in copies or phonorecords, physical or digital format. The right to prepare derivative works. The right to prepare derivative works based upon the copyrighted work. The right to distribute copies or phonorecords of the copyrighted work to the public by sale or other transfer of ownership or by rental, lease, or lending. And then we have the right to public performance, the right to perform the copyrighted work publicly, the right to public display, the right to display the copyrighted work publicly, and the right to digital performance, and that's the right to digital audio transmission performance. All right, so now we're out of Copyright Explained. Look, and you get that. I mean, I think Copyright Explained is definitely necessary to explain these income categories. I always like for everybody to just refresh their brains with Copyright Explained so they can understand what it is I'll be talking about in each and every video. Now, we're talking about making $10,000, the top ways that artists can make $10,000. You may see me jump into the record label or to the publisher a little bit here and there. And this will be a series. I'm going to do this for publishers, people who are strictly publishers. I'm going to do this for people who are producers. I'm going to do this for new record labels. This is everybody new producers, new artists, new songwriters, new record labels, and new publishers. All right, so 5-part series. There you go, 5 videos, and you may see, but we're going to do this for 5 different ways. So let's jump into the preface of this video. Enough of me talking. Let's get to it. All right, everybody, welcome back to the inside of the computer here. Let us get started. So here's a quick preface. All right, this is what you will need to receive the cash. And again, we're talking about the top ways you can make the $10,000. This is not how to make the $10,000. There's a little bit of how, but it's the top ways. All right, so you're going to need a show-stopping performance for this because that's going to come in later. You're going to need a distributor account. Okay, you're going to need a PRO account. That's BMI, ASCAP, or CSAC. And again, the distributor account is places like TuneCore, DistroKid, Symphonic, CD Baby, so forth and so on, United Masters, all of that. The MLC, Music Reports, and Harry Fox, you're going to need to collect your mechanical royalties here. And then you're going to need a bank account, preferably business, once you start the ball rolling. You're going to want to keep this stuff in a business account. All right. So now today's categories are streaming, digital downloads, publishing, performance royalties, mechanical royalties, synchronization fees, and live shows. All right. These are going to be the top ones that most people will focus on here. There are a lot of small area ones that you can work out depending on your model or what type of music that you make. But these are going to be the top areas. I'm going to show you how much money can be made in these areas. Well, actually, how these areas will collect the $10,000. I'm going to show you the breakdown of that, so you understand what it is you have to do in terms of numbers to get there, not in terms of work. All right, so let's go. Now, the predication, today's predication for the example that I will use is an artist that owns and controls 100% of the master recording and 50% of the composition for one single. We're just working on one single today. This is not an album. This artist is not signed to a record label. They just got some money they saved up, and they're kind of hitting it hard, trying to make sure that they can get some cash flowing on the music. So they own, just like most artists will when they start out, 100% of the master recording and 50% of the composition for one single. All right, this is an artist that did not lease a beat. They had one of their homies make a beat, or they made the music themselves and co-wrote with someone. All right, so this is for complete ownership. All right, let's go. Now, streaming. This is our most common area. Our target streaming total is 2,631,578.95 streams. That really should be 579, but whatever. I wanted to give you the exact number. And the rate is going to be 0.0038. I use this rate a lot. This is the average rate between YouTube all the way up to Amazon and Tidal, and places that pay a little bit higher. So this is just kind of averaged out. And we're going to need this many streams to make our $10,000. And that $10,000 on this rate that people talk about will go directly to our distributor's account, which would be our TuneCore or DistroKid or whatever. All right. And that's how many we need to make that $10,000. But there's something happening here that we're not talking about, and we got to address, because roughly 80% of the money from the streaming service itself goes to the label. You just don't know that that's how it's split up. But the mechanical societies know that that's how they split the money up. So 80% of the money from the total stream went to your distributor account. But check this out. From the stream. Since our target streaming total is this, at this rate, look at what was left on the table. See, 20% of the money that came from Spotify was paid out to the PROs and the mechanicals. Now, these percentages are average because it depends on, if the person was on a free plan, a student plan, a discount plan, the full premium plan, whatever it was that they were on, it depends. So the numbers can fluctuate just a hair, but it's going to be on average 10%, and 10% for mechanical, 10% for the PRO. And you left all of this on the table if you did not register for, Harry Fox, MLC, and Music Reports to get the rest of the money. So you did all of that work to generate $10,000 in streams, but then you left this on the table right here. So that's not cool right there. You want to make sure you get all your money. Get your registrations done. Stop leaving money on the table. Now, check this out. Let's go to digital downloads, and yes, these still exist, even though it takes a minute to get some sales if you're a brand new artist, like digital download sales, because most people want to stream and sample, okay? So, check it out. iTunes, since this is our granddaddy store, 99 cents. And I think Amazon keeps 30% as well, but iTunes keeps 30%, so that's 29 cents gone. And then we got to take out 9 cents for the mechanicals. Then we're left with 60 cents per sale for the label. Like I said, again, this is an independent label owned by the artist, and they own the master. All right. This is our calculation. This is how much money you actually get paid for a download. Okay. So I heard somebody say, like, when I talked about how many albums do you have to sell to go platinum, or how much money you make when you go platinum, and they were a little discouraged to see that $9.99 on an album did not equal $10 million. It was $10 million in revenue, but after the breakdown from iTunes and all these other expenditures that had to come out and royalties that had to come out, this is what it broke down to. Yeah, I mean, because these are the real numbers. Now, this is what we're looking at here. So we need 16,612 downloads to secure the $10,000 for the label, but yet and still, we left money on the table due to the mechanical royalty. We left $1,500 on the table because in that 16,000 single downloads, we didn't register for Harry Fox. So we left money on the table down here. We can't keep doing that. You got to make sure that your music is registered everywhere. Or if you're not going to do the registrations yourself, get with a publisher who will collect the money for you. Instead of being self-published, let's say you don't have the time. But this is a very real scenario. I mean, a lot of people go viral every day on TikTok and they turn those songs into downloadable songs. I mean, people will download stuff that they just fall in love with. They just spend. People don't care about spending 99 cents if they really love it. And this is still doable in today's time. So let's go to the next option here. Now, check this out. This is publishing money right here. The payout rates for digital downloads must be calculated as follows, just like we just said before. But this is how many sales we need to generate publishing money here. Okay? We can't do just enough to make 10. We have to do double the amount. This is a lot of sales at this point to generate $10,000 for the artist and producer, because remember in the beginning, the example was the artist had 50% and the producer had 50%. So in order to generate $20,000 in mechanical royalties for the digital downloads, this is how many sales would be needed in order to get this much money. Now that's a lot. That's halfway to gold right there. Well, almost halfway to gold status. And in today's day and age, as a new artist, this is not a likely situation unless you went super viral on TikTok. So let's keep rolling. Now, check it out. Streaming and publishing money. Now, in order to get the $10,000 in mechanicals and performance royalties from streaming, this is what we would need. Now, here's the breakdown. Check this out. 0.0038, the money that goes to your label account right here, and then 0.00475, this money goes to the mechanical account, and the same amount goes to the performance royalty account. In order to get there, we would need 21,052,631.6 streams for $10,000 in performance and mechanical royalties. Now, if you look at the math here, there's something that goes between the two of the digital downloads and the streams. Look at this number. 219,780 sales, 21,052,000. See this 2 and the 1 right here? And then you see 2 and the 1 right there? If you multiply this by 100 multiple here, you will get a little bit more than this. All right, you'll get 21,978. But we can clearly see that streams, the potency of one stream to one iTunes sale is 100 times less in impact to people actually knowing about you than an actual sale. And to money, it's 100 times less, right? So you, in order to get that amount that would equate to what you had on the digital downloads, you have to put in 100 times the work to generate that money. So that's why I do these shows, because I want you all to see how much work is involved with this. And some of you may say, well, I don't want to do that anyway. I just want to just, do my music. I want to go physical. This is too complicated. It's too much. But if you're going to run a record label, you got to know these numbers. You got to know this stuff. Let's keep rolling. So now, publishing money. We're still on streaming, but check this out. We remember we're doing a 50-50 model. So we don't actually we can't do 21 million streams. We got to do 42 million to get this, so we can split it in half so that both the artist and the producer has 50% each, making $10,000 in mechanical and performance royalties. So hopefully now you're getting this music industry now, okay? Remember, this is an artist who owns their own label. Now, synchronization fees. Now, I love this category, okay? And there's a difference in synchronization publishers or publishers who sign people up strictly for synchronization and music libraries, and a sync agent. I like sync agents because it's a person who places the song with a television or movie production house for use in a film or television program. All right? And they can do advertisements as well. And that pays something else. But if you want an example of that, go back and watch the video I did on Arby's and Sugar Ray and Ving Rhames on the channel. Go check that one out. Okay? Now, typical sync agent fees are 50% across the board. But if you have a great relationship or you negotiate or you can deliver some great material, you can get them down to 25%. I like the 25% range. Build your relationships. The sync agent is not an easy person to get to. They're getting music all the time. And this right here, this category right here is highly requested. And not all music fits on television. Your music has to either be great for scene changes or it has to fit within the dialogue of the picture. It has to sit right underneath the dialogue in the picture. So there's a way that film music works. But I like this 25% category. Check it out. Now, it's hard work, but it's a high payoff. So a typical television sync fee is $7,500 for 60 to 90 seconds of use. All right. For major networks, it's like ABC, CBS, this, that, and the third. Okay. But it can be up to $12,000 plus for premium networks. And this $12,000 can also go for the like ABC, CBS, and all that stuff. It can go there too, but I'm just telling you on average what I've seen and the usage fees that I've seen is about on average around $7,500. Okay. Bottom line is you need two of these bad boys. If this is the area that you want to go into, cool. Do it. All right. So now our last category is live shows. It's the least complicated one because as long as you got some tenacity about yourself, you can go and make a show happen. It may be the easiest one to the mind of the creative that doesn't want to get involved in the logistical aspects of all these numbers and processes. Okay, you should be getting somewhere around $750 to $1,500 a show as a new artist. You would need 7 to 12 of these to meet your $10,000 goal. Okay, so this is not easy, but it ain't hard to do as you're just getting started out. You just got to be methodical about the ways you go about pitching yourself as a new artist to do shows and then to get money. Okay, this is very possible. And chances are you might have a manager that may be helping you. And this is the likely scenario, 80% to you and 20% to manager. Remember, there's no record label. At this point with the new artist, you probably don't even have an attorney. You're just kind of winging it. And you're trying to get yourself together. So this is what the scenario will look like. Get you 7 to 12 of these and get $10,000. So now, those are the top ways to make $10,000 as a new artist. Hopefully I haven't confused you. All right. But I'm going to hop out of the computer. All right, everybody. So that is the end of the video. Thanks for watching. If you want to subscribe to the channel because you gain so much information, please subscribe below. You can always text me 470-291-5767, 470-291-5767. Some of you all might have gotten a text from me this week, and it was because my phone was stolen. And yes, I had to get everything back. And I'm probably going to go to the Android team because iPhone is killing me right now with the new updates. All right. Download all the free download the free ebook or e-guide down below and download all of the books that I have on the website. If you want to book a consultation with me, they're inexpensive. You can do so on musicmoneymakeover.com. And I will see you all later. Peace. Hey everybody, thanks for watching the show. Log on to musicmoneymakeover.com/shop to download all my books and free guides. And while you're there, click on the book a call tab to get a one-on-one Zoom call with me to get all your music business questions answered and solved. Thanks for watching.